What's up, guys? Go ahead.
Kyle, what was the decision to release Greg Joseph? Can you explain that?
More just the roster numbers. I would have loved to keep him longer, allow them to play that out longer, but just, we had 13 guys out of practice today. We got 5 guys on PUP. It's just too many people to have that luxury. It's awesome to have 2 kickers, allow them to battle, but they're not guys who really take reps. We need more people to take reps for us.
What do you consider the competition final then?
I mean, he's not here, but there's never whether you have 1 kicker in the building or 2, which you rarely have 2, kickers always know they're competing with whoever's out there. So I don't see it much different.
You have enough numbers to do this thing with the Broncos, or last year with the Saints you had to cancel it?
Yeah, it's easier when it's 1 day than 2, and we'll have to be smart at some positions. I'm sure they have some issues too. I'll talk to Sean here the day before, and it's such good work that we'll find a way to make it work.
What do you like about Carter Bradley more than Mordecai that caused you to?
Really, we brought him in not thinking we'd make a move that day, but he did so well in our workout that went back and watched his 38 passes that he had in the preseason last year, and we wanted to get him in here so he could compete with Tanner. Then after some of the things that happened in practice, last practice, losing a number of D linemen, we just couldn't have the luxury to have 2 of them, especially with Rourke being on PUP too, because he's got to count. So. Maybe there's a chance we can get Tanner back. We'll see how this roster goes, but we'd like the chance to work with Bradley right now.
Is he also dealing with an injury?
No, we just gave him today off that day.
Check.
Kyle got his Achilles stepped on, just cut it, a little sore and stuff, so he's day-to-day with that.
Any of the recent injuries, longer than day-to-day, more serious?
Yeah, Kevin Givens hurt his pec, similar to last year, so he's going to be out for a while. That'd be sometime during the season. Sam Moe going to be out probably a couple of weeks, most likely, with a groin injury. Isaac Garendo, shoulder injury. He's going to be out for a few weeks also. And those are the main ones. What's that?
Evan Anderson.
Evan is about this week. We're hoping. He's got a knee bruise. Those can get better in a day. Sometimes they take a week, so we just got to see how that goes. Ankle. He might try to get in later in this week. Just the thing that he got surgery on this summer, just flared it up a little, and we're just being smart with him right now.
Anything new on Juwan Jennings?
Same thing with his calf.
It's definitely health-related, not business-related.
You can ask him that, but he tells me it's his calf, and the calf shows, so it's got to be delicate with those calves.
The fact is Moody, I don't know, offering at least some evidence that he's kind of steadying himself and some things out.
It shows he's kicking the ball real well right now, which he is. So is Greg too. But Mooney's got a lot of talent, and he's been kicking the ball very well, and hopefully that continues.
Ricky had a nice practice on Saturday. What have you? I know his progress is going up the more reps he gets, but what have you in particular seen from him?
Really, that he's just getting back into it. I thought he had his best practice last Saturday, and maybe had a better one today. So his reps are finally going up. He's been allowed to get in a one-on-one here the last couple of days. His reps are getting there closer to the normal reps for all the other receivers. I think his first normal day will probably be versus Denver. But he's almost fully back, and that'll allow him to go through some things to get better and prepare for the year.
How much has Upton improved this offseason? How well is he playing right now?
I think he's doing a real good job. I thought he had a hell of a training camp. So, he was a guy that, knowing that nickel position was open, that was one of the reasons we invested that draft pick, and I'm hoping he can come in and do it right away. And he looked that way in OTAs, and he's looking that way so far now.
Owens was saying yesterday that he's Stout like watching old film all the time. He's always very early. Have you seen that from him too? What does that say about just him as a rookie? As kind of
yeah, it's he's made of the right stuff. Like a lot of guys got to learn it, but he hasn't had to learn it. You can tell he was that way in college because he came in right away like that. He's on everything. He's one of the bigger competitors that I've seen coming in as a rookie, and every day he's doing as much as he can on and off the field, and that's why he's passing a lot of guys up.
What are your impressions of the O-line the first half of camp?
I think, our starters, just the same as always. I think they've done a solid job. It's been nice to get Barch back in there, missing the first 2 weeks. So I think this was his 3rd practice with no setbacks, so that's encouraging. And then all the guys after those, and we've got a group of young guys. We have some one-year guys we brought in as free agents back in January or at the end of last season, and those guys are competing. We got to see how our backups end up. We know we got a new left guard with losing Banks, but after that, it's open for all the depth at everywhere.
He delivered so much last year as a rookie, and in theory he takes an even bigger jump this year from first year to second year. Are you seeing that?
Not yet. I mean, well, tell as the year goes. I mean, he jumped out the gate so fast last year because we had an injury to our starter and our backup within the first 2 practices, so he got thrown in there right away. Had a hell of a year. He's doing a good job as usual, but right now we're in the middle of camp. All those guys are pretty tired out there, but I always say you're getting better or worse, so I hope he takes a step forward this year.
Is Michael's ankle injury still hindering him in any way?
No. I mean, we give him a rep count and stuff. We're careful with him on it, but it's not a high ankle sprain or anything like he had last year. He zinged it a little bit ago, but it wasn't a high ankle, so we're just always aware of that and careful.
Rose Matos out there on the sideline, well, not on the sideline, but in between both fields. Do you know when he's expected to
We're hoping
return?
Raiders week. Yeah, we've started to rep up his D-line work and stuff off the field, so hopefully he'll have a chance next week.
Is Renardo Green still on track for the Raider week too?
Yeah, same thing.
Kyle, last year you guys were 32nd in wide receiver separation. This year you're adding a lot of speed. Isabella today, chosen. Is that by design? I mean, do you have a change in philosophy with what you want to see at wide receiver?
No, we just try to get the best available. Sometimes that's the fastest guy available. Sometimes it's the biggest, strongest. I mean, whatever it is. But, you try to always have 12 guys in training camp, and we got a few guys that are hurt and can't go, especially with BA because he's got to count on your roster with him being on PUP and everything. So we're down on numbers there. Those guys run all camp, and would always love to add more speed and if it's available and if they're good players. And those were 2 guys who can run that we were happy to add. Isabella went down with an ankle today, so I know he had a setback, so we didn't get him out there today. Hopefully it's not too bad, though.
Was chosen one of the guys who, because he's familiar with the system, was it easier to?
If they have familiarity with the system, it makes it a lot easier. Sometimes when you sign a guy, you need those reps, but they can't line up for about a week. So anytime somebody has crossover, it helps them get in there and help out the other guys faster.
March was a tight end for most of his life, until later in college. Can you see, just with his movement, I don't know, just things he can do with his body that lends itself to, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Is he a little more athletic?
Yeah, he is. No, he's wired right. We love his talent level in that way. I think a lot of guys who move like that, they did play other positions as they grew up. I remember, I think when we drafted Dwayne Brown at Houston, I remember him being a tight end going into college. Trent probably could have played whatever he wanted to. But yeah, those guys, the athletic ones, aren't always O-linemen their whole life.
What was Luke Farrell's acclimation to the system?
He's done a good job. We brought him in here because we think he's a really good blocker and definitely can do some things in the pass game. We're asking him to do some things he hasn't done before, starting back into OTAs, and he's been very conscientious of it, getting all the reps of it, and I think getting better at what we're asking him to do each day.
Kyle, how valuable is the joint practice considering probably your ones are mostly going to go there and not play a lot this preseason?
I think it's real valuable. I mean, sometimes you can't do it. I'd always would like to do it. I am more excited just going against someone once. In the past, I've always done 2 days, and I'm always really excited. And by the end of the first day, I'm always wishing we didn't have to go the second day. So I'm kind of glad we're ahead of that on this. And it's always good to go against different schemes, too, different players. We're going against each other every day, same guys, same scheme. It gets a little bit old, and it's a good way to switch it up.
Why the preference for just one day?
Because usually the second day is just whoever does better the first day. Usually they get killed the second day and everyone ends up fighting, and it just ends up not being worth it. So I think one day should be a little easier.
You look forward to practicing against Huff and Greenlaw if they're out there?
I love seeing them. Don't really like practicing or playing against guys that I really like and have a lot of love for, but I'll enjoy seeing them.
In these joint practices, Kyle, will you get on the horn with Peyton and hammer out a script, or is that somebody on your staff that does that? And is there some flexibility on the day of the practice to kind of switch it up?
Yeah, always. You always got to work together, especially you understand what each teams are going through, and you got to see how they are. Usually the team always sends over suggestions, and the home team kind of picks out what you do. They sent a bunch of stuff over. We worked on it yesterday when the players were off, and I'm sure Sean and I will talk the day before he gets here.
Did you watch the Hall of Fame game? Were you pleased to see Trey Lance play well?
I didn't watch it, but very pleased to see him play well. I'm always pulling for Trey. I love Trey.
Broncos defense was very good last year. Might be better this year. Are you curious to see just how your offense? I don't know. It's joint practice, not the end of the world, but I mean, some curiosity to see how they fare against the Broncos.
Definitely. I mean, and not just our offense, our whole team. I think the Broncos have a very good team. I think they were sneaky good last year. You could see them improve throughout the whole year. They got a bunch of real young, good talent, and they had a bunch of real good players. So expect them to be one of the better teams in the league this year.
So how do you kind of approach practice, and maybe you can or cannot tell us, but for tomorrow, being that you guys are off on Wednesday, do guys like Bosa, CMC, Juice, are they all back out there, or?
Yeah, we'll get all those guys back out there. Tomorrow will be like, we have low, medium, and high days. It'll be a medium day for us with reps. On Wednesday, we won't have them practice, but we'll walk through Denver stuff so they have an idea, knowing what fronts and stuff and schemes they're going against. And then Thursday should be our most reps of any practice. And we try to build up to 40, and that's our first day of that.
Do you have a plan for the preseason game at all about who's going to play? And
Not yet. We'll decide that after the practices, but we don't play mini starters in the first game, but definitely don't just rest all 22 either. So we got to figure out how to get through the game, what's best for our guys, what's best for our team, and I got an idea of it, but got to watch how these two practices go first.
Some coaches think that you could get more from these joint practices than the actual preseason games. Where do you stand?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, you know what you're going to get. You can set it up, and you can make sure everyone gets a certain amount of work. You get into certain games, and there's certain things you'd like to see, but you're competing and stuff. You don't always know what's going to happen, who's in there, the type of groups there are and stuff. Sometimes you have one guy you want to see in there, but you can't do certain things because of the rest of the group that's in there. So usually in practice, you can make sure you get to see all the stuff you want.
I was talking about BA's presence since OTAs as a player coach. How important or valuable has it been to keep him engaged in that way and helping along some of the younger guys and you guys in that room?
I think it's very valuable. I mean, it's so hard on these guys when they're hurt because meetings aren't the most fun. And when you go out there and watch football, all you do is think about how bad it sucks that you're not playing. So that stuff wears on those guys. And they focus on the rehab and so much to get back. But then when you get back, you're a little bit rusty. You don't hearing things every day. And it's so good to have BA in the meetings, out on the field, doing all that stuff. So when he is ready to go back, he can leave right where he left off.
I've read something somewhere, sorry, real quick question, since you mentioned BA being out there. He's interested in leading the wide receiver meetings. Now, they could be fake, but I did read that on Twitter.
I missed that on Twitter, but I mean, I hope our receiver coaches lead in the meetings, and I hope BA is very involved. But I'll check with Twitter.
Kyle, Greg Papa, always around in the building. Just how much has he been missed this summer?
We love having Papa around. He watches everything, eavesdrops sometimes a little too much. We got to back him up. But no, we love Greg. I love doing my TV show with him. He's been awesome. I was telling my kids about that, and my youngest daughter didn't know his name, and then Carter imitated his voice when the Niners scored touchdowns and stuff, so she knew exactly who he was then. But Greg's awesome. We're all pulling for him, and he's in a battle, but a battle we know he's going to win. All right, thanks, guys.
How's this camp compared to your first one?
This camp's been a lot better. Just kind of knowing the offense after a full season of going through it, you question yourself less. You're more confident in your ability. You're able to work on different things. And I know for me and just Coach Forrester, we had some things we needed to work on in the offseason, and that's what I've tried to attack in this camp so far.
Your scouting report on the 3 rookie defensive tackles that you guys have to go against every day.
Aggressive, powerful, strong, quick off the ball. All 3 of them do a great job. And even the undrafted guys, Coach does a great job of getting them going. I don't know if you guys hear them in Indy. He's always screaming. So, they're doing a great job. Michael is a hell of a player. He is what they drafted. They got what they were looking for out of him. CJ, very powerful person, can shed a block very easily. He just got to get comfortable within the defense. And Alfred is just like the largest person ever. So, like, he's just a problem. He's going to take up 2 people all the time. And, he's hard to move, man. So
You go against Michael a lot when passing downs, when he's rushing from inside.
Yeah, man. So they do a good job of bringing him on 3rd down and making him a 3-tech or a 4-high. So, yeah, we've gotten some good reps against him. He's solid, man.
When did you stop being a rookie last year?
Never. Yeah, never. No, the vets do a good job of making sure, like, I know I'm still a rookie. But, yeah, it was a long season, man. But I think they say you're still a rookie until you play 3 games into your next year. So Colton he tells me I'm a rookie still. So I'm still a rookie pretty much.
Coach Forster spoke to me yesterday, and he said that there were some things that kind of popped up in the middle of the season that you're working on them now. Was it just trying to keep your head above water last year in the system, and now you're able to kind of tune those things? Yeah,
for sure. I think the thing that got me last year was in college you can really grind 12, 13 games, like 14, 15 if you're lucky to go to the national championship, but I never did that. So it was always 12 games for me. 17 games, after we got to 12, 13 weeks, it was different for me because my body was really starting to feel that. So I think, and I had to talk with Coach Forster about that, but yeah, keep my head above water and just trying to survive the season and instead of attacking every week and getting my body right. That's the biggest change for me this offseason. Just making sure my body's right to play 17 weeks and even more in the playoffs. So.
Something 12 was the rookie wall.
I couldn't even tell you. It's a blur, honestly. The whole rookie year is a blur. I'm just ready to go to Seattle week 1.
So what'd you do to get ready with offseason? You said it, you get ready. What'd you do?
Just attack training, make sure my body's right. Everything that was hurting last year, just make sure I attacked it in the training room and got right with that. And once I felt really good, just lifted. I really pushed myself in the weight room, and then cardio obviously is a big thing. I showed up at this camp really in shape. I felt like this is the best shape I've been in. So that was huge. And it's hard to work on like the little fundamentals when you're really not playing football. Like you're just going against a bag and punching a bag. But I tried, and it's paying off so far. I feel like these last 2 or 3 practices, I'm really starting to get back into my groove, and I'm starting to feel good again.
The biggest jump from
you were able to have a pretty strong year as a rookie last season. So when you went into the offseason, what were some of those things on your bulletin board or in your notes that you said, I needed to get better at this, and this coming into this season to build on what I did last season? Yeah,
good question. I think number 1 was my body. I need to make sure that's in check at all times and be able to be strong enough to play football late season. Number 2, probably just pass pro in general, one-on-ones, winning the money down. I think a lot of it, I didn't really have much of a plan a lot of the time, and me and CFO would always talk about that throughout the season. But I think coming to this training camp, having a plan, knowing where I'm going to throw my hands, what the defender's going to give me, just not kind of going out there and surviving. And that's going to be the biggest difference for me this year. And, really just those 2 things.
You mentioned some of the undrafted guys. What's it like banging heads with Valdez, the undrafted rookie?
I actually haven't gone against him yet. But from what I see, we call him the Hulk. He looks crazy. He's really built. He's fast. He's twitchy. He's good off the ball. He gives us trouble in one-on-one pass situations because he's really twitchy and he's got good hands. But once he gets going, he's going to be a problem. I think they got a good one with him.
Adjusting from 12 to 17 games and what you need to do, is that something you can talk to the rookies about, help guide them, or do they just have to go through it?
You just got to go through it. The vets here did as much as they could, telling me what to expect, but a lot of people like to just learn the hard way, and I think that's what I did. But no, I learned the hard way. But now I know what to expect. I think, the rookie wall is a real thing as much as people don't believe it. It is a real thing, and you can really prepare them for, what it is. But it's a long season regardless, especially your first year. So you just got to be ready for it mentally.
Said that the biggest jump in a player should be between years, after your rookie year and then be your second year. You had what was pretty well regarded as a real solid rookie year, and it was one snap or whatever. But do you believe that? Do you think that you can be much better than you were last year?
Yes. Yeah, I think I can be much better. As people, everyone, you have a good year and people see what they see. But if you're pretty hard on yourself, and Coach Furser is a pretty good coach at being hard on us, you see a lot of what you can clean up, and that's what we did in the offseason. There's just so much better that could come out of my play. And so, yeah, there can be a big jump, then I'm ready to take it.
What do you look back into or getting from joint practices with the Broncos?
Say it again?
What do you want to get from or looking forward to the practices with them?
Just being able to compete, ready for competition again, not going against the same guys, getting good reps against, a solid D-line. They got actually a hell of a defense in general. So, I'm ready for that. We're going to make each other better. I'm excited to just kind of try what I've been working on out there.
If you were to look back at film of yourself in the last couple games of the season, would you look at it and say, man, I was tired? Or would you not see that?
No. I would say the last 2 or 3 games maybe. But my body just wasn't where I wasn't prepared. I wasn't preparing enough to play that week. So that's, like I keep saying, it's the main focus, to be able to play all 17 games in the playoffs. I think my body looked more – mentally I was a little better, but I needed to be stronger at the end of the year.
Do you feel like opposing defensive linemen were more prepared for you by the end of the season? Like the book on you was more sophisticated? Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And Sifo, he kept telling me, you play 8-10 weeks against these guys, and then, they start to get a scouting report on you. They start to write, all right, here's what he's bad at. It keeps showing up right here, 9 weeks, 10 weeks. And I forget what the first game it was, but you could tell they had a game plan against me, and and then it carried on to the next week, and then we just kept having to try and find a counter for that. And that's, like I said, something I have to work on in the offseason.
You made a comment about CMC and Garendo. Looking forward to having them together this year. What do you envision for that combo this year?
A lot of touchdowns and a lot of yards.
What do you think of Garendo this year, watching him?
He looks way more comfortable within the offense. He's hitting the gaps exactly how he needs to. Coach Bobby Turner does a great job getting them ready. And CMC, obviously, I know what to expect from him. But Garendo, yeah, man, I'm excited because when he hits a gap, he's gone. Obviously, the run he had in the Seattle game was just a flash of his game. So I'm super excited for him, man. He's a tough guy. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
fine right here.
Fun practice?
Yeah, it was fun. It was good practice for sure.
What do you and you and Ricky had some pretty good battles.
Yeah.
How are you guys helping each other out?
Really, he's just putting me on game, honestly. Like, just me going against him every day at practice, being able to see the type of tempo and how fast he gets out of his brace and how strong his hands are. So, really, anytime I can get that matchup, I'm always trying to make sure I'm on my P's and Q's just because of the type of player he is.
Yeah, the early deep ball on you, though, does that?
Yeah. That's why it's like I just got to have a short memory and just get ready for the next play because, yeah, he's a good player. So, it's like I always got to make sure I'm on my game because I know he's going to bring his best every time he line up.
You've been one of the players that throughout all of training camp, when we talk to players, they're speaking really highly of you, coaches speaking really highly of you, saying that you kind of are just one of the rookies that is just focused on being successful, watching film, asking the right questions. What was your mindset coming into being a pro? Was it, let me make sure I do all the right things so I can set myself apart, or you just naturally do these things?
I feel like it's just me soaking up the game from everybody else, just really figuring out what the standard was and the type of tradition that the 49ers always had. So it was really just me just picking the brains of all the vets and all the coaches and just me being me. And I just feel like all the vets always, like, they kind of gelled around, like, my mindset. So it was always kind of easier for me to just talk to them and for me to always just feed off their game and things like that. So I just feel like the vets and the coaches really just kind of make it easy for me to be me.
You won your first one-on-one versus Russell Gage today.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole defensive group jumped up and down. I mean, what does it feel like to have that support behind you and then just to go through that rep?
Honestly, amazing just because, like, all the guys, like, one-on-ones, it's like, it's for the receivers, but everybody know, like, we always got to get our little win. So it's like going against a dude like Gage who's, like, a real vet. So it's like anytime he's going up there, I'm trying to hurry up and get the best of him and, like, or get any type of rep I can against him just because I know with the type of mentality he's going to come to the line. So it's like I know if I can get a win against him, then I know it's like, okay, I might be doing something good. So me seeing after the play, me seeing all the guys rally behind me, it was real turny. It was real fun at that time.
Always light up against him with one-on-ones.
Yeah, always. Just because the type of release package he has and just the type of how savvy he is as a receiver, and I know, like, I won't get that from a lot of other receivers. So it's like I'd rather just try to go against the best of the best every time.
You have to talk to the coaches about making sure that was the lineup, that's who you're going up against.
No, it was just really like something like it's just a competitive thing, like just seeing like what's the work out there and just really just anybody who goes up there, like I'll line up against them, but it's like somehow after everybody goes and me and him always just end up going back against each other again.
What's that relationship been like with him?
It's been competitive, you know. He wins some. Sometimes I might win a couple, but it's like he been winning, so it's like it's been fun. Really, just trying to soak up as much game as I could against the vets, and really just seeing how I'm matching up against everybody. So it's been fun.
When it comes to
You talk about the vets, and you got Fred Warner behind you.
Yeah.
Sometimes Nick Bosa right next to you.
Yeah.
What is that like for a rookie to see that?
I mean, it's fun because like these were the people I was been looking up to playing Madden with for years. So it's like now it's kind of like I got to make sure I'm on my P's and Q's, so I'm not letting the guy next to me down. And like being at nickel, me and Fred's talking almost every play, so I got to make sure I'm on my P's and Q's because the last thing I want to do is let one of the vets down.
You reached out to K1 Williams.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Really just reaching out to him just so I could just pick his brain and see like how he played, a lot of concepts, technique, and things like that. Really just trying to figure out like how I could be the best me, but always knowing like what the standard was before I came in. I just want to see what the standard was and see if I could try to surpass that standard.
Where does your competitive edge come from?
I guess since I was young, just a lot of doubt that I always heard and just things like that. Always the outside noise. So I always felt like I always kept that chip on my shoulder because always the I'm gonna prove you wrong chip.
Are you as competitive in playing Madden and anything you do?
I'm competitive. I don't know what I'm a competitive in anything. Like we could be playing chess, we could be walking down the hall, we can be going to the groceries. I'm gonna be competitive. It don't matter what it is. I'm gonna be competitive at it.
And the quarterbacks have a lot of different personalities. What's the vibe in that room like?
It's a great vibe. I don't go in there one day I don't go in there one day without just laughing and just without just enjoying the time with the boys. It's a great atmosphere every time I walk into the facility. Just being in team meeting, or DB meeting, special teams meeting, or just out there on the field. So I feel like it just fits me. It's my type of vibe, and everybody just gels along good.
Curious to know how you and Diamador have gelled.
Yeah.
You guys seem to spend a lot of time with each other out there on the field,
Mhm.
kind of talking amongst each other. Did y'all spend a lot of time in the off season together?
I've been to his house a couple of times, so it's really just me, just same thing I guess as Kawan, just me being able to just pick his brain and just seeing how can I just come into the defense and do the same thing that you did, and just really just trying to pick his brain and feed off his game and things like that, because he's a great player. He's been doing it at a high level for a long time, so I'm trying to come in and make my impact the same way.
What's one of the things that he's said to you up to this point that really stuck with you is?
Really just being yourself, like finding your technique. Like that's what training camp's for. Like finding your technique, making a lot of plays, but also trusting in your ability. So that's really like one thing that he's always telling me every day. Just trust your ability, be you, and just everything else gonna fall into its place.
Miller said that after the time spent in his house, he felt like the defense really slowed down for you.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way?
Yeah, but I always feel like it's always some type of nuance that our offense throws that is just like, oh, dang, I got to make sure I'm right there. But, yeah, I feel like after our conversation at the house, somewhat it kind of slowed down for me. It really helped me a lot, though, as far as, like, knowing when things are going to come or just knowing, like, motions and things like that.
The coaches have really touted your film study habits.
Mhm.
When you got drafted, I'm curious, like, how quickly did you come up with a plan?
I mean, right when they sent me the playbook, I was trying to get on it immediately. So we started Zooms immediately. So right when I got the playbook and I really figured everything out, that's when I really started trying to get a jump on everything.
Was that like day of, day after?
It's probably the next day. Honestly, yeah, it was the next day or the day after, 2 days, but it was for sure in that 48-hour span.
What was Coach Raven like for you?
Say it again?
What's Coach Raven like for you?
Good. I ain't gonna lie. It's been good. He brings that energy every day. Like every day he's either bumping into me, telling me what's up, little dude. Some type of thing to just get me going, keep everybody excited. He's always bringing that energy and all that juice and that competitive side to him. I feel like he's just like me, just a coach now. So I feel like it's always good energy with me and him. It's always good vibes and things like that.
What about his competition with Daniel Willicks?
Nah. Like, what you mean?
Competitive at the grocery store.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. But yeah. Coach is always competitive. It don't matter what it is. He's competitive. Like even like when we're in our rookie meetings at the end of the day, like he's always trying to. Oh yeah, I know this. So I'm on my game today, DB. So it's always. I feel like it's competitive every time anybody's in the DB room. That's just the type of environment that DBs have. Always trying to be competitive no matter what it is.
All right. Thank you, Upton.
Thank you.